Hello, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name's Wendy Wing. I'm doing a psychic tarot reading for Virgo, tuning into the day's energies, seeing what divine messages of guidance come through for you. This is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. If you'd like a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. It takes you right to my book online page. All right, Virgo, let's look at the overall energy of your reading. The King of Wands, time to take action. There's some type of courageous action. What I like about this, the King of Wands, is there's a salamander on the King of Wands card usually. And that says that the moves taken are protected because the salamander is protected from fire. Interesting. It feels like I'm getting this picture of a sailboat stuck in the middle of the ocean where there's no current, there's no air. This is very interesting. It's like maybe you're making moves against a current, or making a move to get out of a situation that's not moving, that's not changing. It requires your courage, your action. Boy, a lot of fire energy coming up. Feels like this is in regards to someone else, a relationship that's not moving, that's not progressing. Feels like the energy that you put into this relationship gets used up in instead of moving the connection forward, moving it in a direction, the effort is exhausted in fight, in strife. So it feels like there's a move to be made here. But if you're using to move away from this unmoving, I just heard vitriol, this unmoving, angry energy, unchanging, and there's some, so it feels like you've got a choice here to keep trying to battle someone that's just not going to change and exhausting yourself, or moving to calmer shores, moving on to a place where, wow, 10 of Cups. Feels like you're moving on and choosing to be happy, choosing to find happiness. Wow. The hidden blessing, Virgo, is the Lovers. Choice. Gemini energy. There's a hidden blessing in this choice. There's a hidden blessing. Feels like you're choosing to be in a connection with someone or move on. It looks like there's a level of impatience here. Impatience, but also recognizing what can't be changed. Maybe outside of you, what's not yours to change. It feels like by staying in this connection, you are becoming more and more out of alignment. Ooh. Feels like you've lost the taste for this relationship. Feels like the relationship has changed. Feels like one or both of you have changed, and it's just not in the same place. There's a real opportunity here for you to choose independence, to go your own way. With the Nine of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. It does feel like this choice of going your own way feels like it's going like the actual logistics of going a separate direction than this person and becoming independent feels like it's going to take longer than you wanted. But it feels like if you stay in this relationship, you waste your energy, you invest your energy into just fighting, just disagreement. What you're leaving behind, Virgo, is the Hermit card. Wow. I feel like you have been... I feel like you have been alone inside of a relationship where you were hoping or meant to, or at some point you felt connected and part of a team, but it feels like you're leaving behind feeling very alone, very isolated, having to really support yourself. Or it feels like you've learned a lot about relationships and you're leaving behind a relationship where you feel alone, where you feel isolated. You're leaving behind someone who has a lot of negative self-talk, who doesn't value feminine energy, who feels entitled to feminine energy, entitled to the abundance, the love and nurturing and care. You're leaving behind a lot of grief, a lot of sadness. It feels like there's been a history with this person, and so it's really hard because it wasn't always this way. But I think there's a realization here that we're not the same people. So this isn't the same relationship. You're also leaving behind, it feels like, an environment where you're not supported, where you're not celebrated, where you're not cared for, where you're not appreciated. This feels heartbreaking because it feels like this person has kind of turned their back on... There's something to do with their emotions. Their emotions are... It feels like this person... You're leaving behind someone who can't communicate their emotions in a mature way. Someone who stonewalls, someone who... Yeah, it feels like they've just gone in a different direction. It feels like it's really hard to access them, their emotions, their vulnerability, and it's affecting this person's abundance. Their worldview and their perspective It feels like they're very much in lack mindset. Feels like this person kind of demands to be a leader, the leader of the relationship, the leader of the family, the leader of whatever this dynamic is, this relationship. But they're, and I think they might have in the past been a decent leader, but now they're in such lack mentality that if you follow this leader, where are they leading you? With this lack mentality, with this fear, with this entitlement. So it feels like you have this opportunity to leave someone behind who's I feel like this person's intentions, like what they're centering, has changed a lot. And it feels like energetically you're very different people, have very different intentions going forward. How to get the most of this energy is the Emperor in reverse. Bad leader, manipulative leader, a dictator. This is someone who does not know how to lead themselves. They're not leading with confidence, with intention, with direction. They're leading out of fear and trying to control everyone and how they're thinking and how they're seeing things, instead of, it feels like a lot of projection of blame outward instead of a good leader as someone who has the discipline and the leadership. They know how to lead themselves and they empower others. They surround themselves with people who question their mindset, who allow them to grow and shift. And this is, I think, recognizing a bad leader. If someone can't really lead themselves, do you want to lead in a relationship? I think I'm also perceiving that following a bad leader, if someone is leading the relationship, but they're leading in a way that disempowers you as a being, that makes you feel alone and isolated and left out in a connection. If you're feeling rejected and neglected and uncared for, if you've lost the desire for this relationship, it feels like it might have affected the, if this is a romantic relationship, then it's I said almost infected, but it feels like this bad leadership, and by continuing to make the choice of allowing this person to lead you and lead your relationship, then you are choosing consciously to be in agreement with this energy. But it feels like you're not interested in this person, if it's romantic, sexually anymore. It feels like it's just not interesting. It's not loving. It's not a connection. This doesn't feel like love. I think how to get the most of this energy is just accepting. If this is resonating and you're like, yes, yes, accepting. This is who I am in a relationship with. I'm in relationship with someone who is, maybe they were a better leader in the past, but we're not talking about the past. We're talking about the present. And at the present, I feel alone. I feel isolated. I feel rejected. I feel abandoned by this person. I'm not interested in connecting with this person. And I don't feel the love anymore. Was there love in the past? Yes. Loving feelings? Yes. I do, but it doesn't matter. Does your past fill you, or is it present energy? It feels like you are choosing to lead yourself or continue to have someone be in a connection. Everything, you're not receiving the benefits of being in a connection. No love, no passion, feeling rejected, feeling alone. It feels like you're really analyzing, and there's an opportunity to accept the reality that you're in so you can make choices and make moves so you can find what you would prefer. What's supporting you is the Page of Wands in reverse. I think what's helping you make this decision is that whoever this is in your environment, in your energy, who's a bad leader of this connection, they're very much in like unhealed child wounds, and it feels like they just say I want to say the first thing that came through is they want to say the most unhinged shit. Like they're stuck in a very unhealed wound version, like a child version of themselves, and there's this like frustration. It feels like they project a lot of what they don't like. And I think the more this person, I think right now you're just making some profound choices. I think you want alignment, want love, want an environment that's supportive of you. It feels like this person can't even perceive you other than through their very limited, wounded perspective. And so I feel like the heartbreak is, I really want this person to change so we can continue together. But I think what you're seeing is someone making a choice of the direction of how they're operating in this world. And do you want to continue to put energy into something that's not working, or do you trust your own alignment, trust your own energy, trust your own abundance? What's supporting you is that wounded warrior, realizing that not everybody, no matter who they are, no matter of past allowance to be in your energy. Not everybody deserves that spot. It feels like protecting your energy. It also feels like you're exhausted from having to protect yourself from the person you're supposed to be the closest to, and at some point it feels like you were. This person is just very emotionally immature and feels like you're wanting justice, you're wanting equality, but this person, it feels like they're demanding that you see things the way that you see things. What this is giving you is an opportunity to see what's going on and to make personal choices from the reality, not what you would prefer it to be, not what they said was going to happen, not whatever fantasy. I think right now you're seeing the reality of this situation, and you're making choices from that. Wow. What to be mindful of is ending this cycle. You've learned a lot from this journey, from this relationship, and it feels like you've learned about attachments, you've learned about how to overcome obstacles. Feels like right now is a wonderful time with the World card and the Chariot to end this cycle and move on, make a move. I want to validate if you're feeling hopeless, feeling disappointment on a profound level, that this did not turn out the way you expected. It wasn't the nourishing, nurturing, abundant relationship. It didn't go the way you expected, but you have the truth. You have the capability of learning from this, seeing it truthfully and making choices from truth, being honest with yourself and others. And I think the truth has been that this relationship has been very painful. It's a lot of betrayal. It feels especially verbal and disappointment. I think you're tired of being this person's pincushion, blame. It feels like you have the potential. It feels like this person is unwilling to make the shift within, and they're projecting a lot of their fears and punishment out. And yeah, feels like you've got a lot of that you're processing through. So I hope this was helpful. I hope this brought some clarity, some validation for those who need it, and encouragement. It feels like asking your guides, asking for help, asking for the right direction, the courage to make the moves that you need and want to make. So I hope that was helpful, Virgo. Have a great day. Bye.